welcome to Soulful Warrior Collective. Thank you for joining me today for this 45-minute or so core strengthening vinyasa flow yoga class. So today, really concentrating on the power of the softness and uniqueness of our bodies, how we move, finding the ground beneath us, and when we find that lovely support and energy that the ground can give us, then we can rise and lift. So finding the softness in our practice, finding your fluid movement, getting away from the linear and the rigid, but finding that beautiful flow of movement. Today I drew a card from my bowl of cards, and I actually drew two cards. One was peace and the other was understanding, which I think we can all agree is something we very much need in the world today, both peace and understanding, and they go hand in hand. And I think that we have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others, right? So finding the peace in our mind and our body, letting the mind become spacious and open enough to focus in on finding the space in our body. So it's the union, it's the yoga of mind and body balance, and all stemming from this breath, this calm, beautiful way of making our body just take a moment and letting go, finding that space, finding expansion, and being able to find the flow, the natural flow within our body. So understanding our body and understanding that the mind and the body have to be balanced. And that's what we're looking for in our practice, in our daily lives. And when we are understanding, we can go out into the world and be better people and understand other people and find peace. So with that, let us begin class. So come to sit on the mat in a nice easy pose. I grabbed a block for later. If you have a block, then grab a block. If not, the rolled up towel or blanket or a supportive cushion of some sort, and just put it off to the side. As I say, we'll tap into that later. But come to the mat and bring that intention to you, that peace and that understanding, and find the ground beneath you, nice and comfortable. And I like to just find the back of my head nicely placed on my spine, keeping space here and space in the back of the neck. Often we end up like this, so this is a chance to really think about aligning our spine beautifully in this neutral position. And just start to tap into your breath and acknowledge where we are sitting here on the mat, connecting with the ground, because everything rises from the ground up. When we tap into what the ground can give us, in return there will be this wonderful lift and energy. So starting with our breathing and tapping into that. So on the inhales, I want you to think about the relaxed expansion of your body. So it's a gentle, soft expansion all the way around the rib cage, front, side and back, and the belly. And on the exhale, draw up from that pelvic floor. So as you push down into your sit bones, you lift up through the core. And I want you to take a couple of releases through the mouth, if that's available to you, to just shift some of that stagnant energy. So inhaling, expanding, exhaling right from that core, deep down in the root. Take nice, long, slow inhales and exhales, listening to your own breath. As always in class, tap into your own breath. Tap into your body's feeling and where you want to push and pull. But listen to your breath first. That breath is where the movement comes from. And as you exhale, if you want to exhale through the nose and keep it more of an internal breath, do so. But try not to constrict this throat and make this noise up here, which we tend to do with Ujjayi. Go really deep down. Start the exhale in this root place. And as you lift, The breath and the noise is the flow of the breath from deep down in that belly, so that it allows space in the throat for communication and openness and understanding. Let's inhale together. Exhale. On your next inhale, unfurl your arms up and through center overhead. And exhale, take a nice little side bend. Tented fingers, right hand onto the ground. And find that little wave. Inhale and exhale. Breathing into this side body, but as you breathe into this side body, your left hip descends slowly towards the mat as you reach and find space in that side body. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, lifting through the core. So it's not a contraction, it's a lift, finding space. Inhale up through center. Exhale over to the other side. So start to ease the right hip down and use the fingertips in the earth to give you that space and lift. So yeah, the space, it's a lovely lift through the core and the side body. Inhales and exhales. And inhale up back through center. Bring your hands to the side and just turn your body. Same position, that easy pose, but on the long edge of the mat. Hands to knees, using this as a resistance here. Inhale, come forward and opening through your chest, expanding through the body, and let the back of the head be guiding you as you lift up. And the doming comes in this top part of the body, so you come back. So again, not a contraction, we're lifting and finding the space in the back body up here. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, lift up and back. Inhale, find that wave. Talking about that uniqueness that is you. This is your time. And exhale. If you'd like, bring those hands with you. So leading with the elbows, reach up and grab some energy and pull it in, fist of fire. And as you lift up, see here my knees are lifting, but that's as a result of my core lifting. Maybe the knees come off, maybe they don't. It's about the action of the lifting from that pelvic floor. So here you lift up, coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, and then my knees are lifting. So my core is lifting, and as a result, my knees follow. And then exhale, fist of fire, that power, and hold here. Uncross your arms and your legs, and bring your hands underneath your knees. Find that beautiful lift here. So lifting up through here, and maybe lifting your legs off the ground, toe mounds together, and find that rise here. Cross your legs again, and bring your hands in front of you here. Inhale, roll, exhale, come all the way back. Bring your arms, come down onto those forearms and bring your arms down so the fingers are pointing towards your feet. Chest is nice and open. Draw your knees over your hips and lift through the core. Opening up and finding that space. Exhale, like you're pushing away. Strong movement, and it's coming from that core center, yeah? And maybe a little faster and a more moderate pace, and or finding that release through the mouth, maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet in and come all the way down. Bring your knees a little side to side. And bring your hands behind your head, clasping your hands. Feel the weight of your head in your hands. Bring your knees over your hips. So the weight of the head in the hands is an indicator that everything is nice and relaxed here, but you're using that core. So send the focus in, down here. Toe tap. So find that stiletto asana where your toe mounds. It's like you're pointing your foot and then you draw back the toes. Inhale here, feel the body. Right foot down. Exhale, lift, 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 lift. Nice, slow and controlled. And you're lifting from all the way up here. Activating that psoas muscle. Left foot comes down. Exhale, lift up. And you can hear my voice is wobbling a little bit as I exhale because I'm using all of my core to lift everything up. Using these psoas muscles, the connector between lower and upper body, and activating, strengthening through there. If it feels too much with the head, you can bring your head back down onto the ground. If not, keep the weight of the head in the hand and continue lifting that slow control. Lifting and strengthening. Such a great deep core muscle that we need to keep active. Bring the head down. Soles of the feet on the ground. Hands to belly. Acknowledging that power center. Starting to create a little heat and action through here. Hands behind your head, toe mounds together and inner heels together. So there's a little space where my arches are and knees nice and wide. And bring the knees more or less over the hips. Weight of the head in the hand. Inhale, fill the body. Exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. So rising. Shh. Is the exhale. So the breath lifts the core and you're coming up. It's not a hardening crunch. It's a nice, soft, spacious lifting of the core. So imagine the lightness as you lift up and feel that freedom and that openness. And stop at the top here and take some pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And by squeezing those toe mounds together, you're activating all the way through that deep core line. Head on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Arms, hands on belly. Maybe if your neck feels like it needs a little stretch, opportunity to do a little side to side, very gentle. Bring your feet back, your knees back over your hips, and bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, lift up here. Exhale, twist over to the right. And either stay here and bring your hand just gently to the outside of your thigh, or stay here. Or extend your right leg up as you extend your left leg long and bring your hand out to the side. Lifting up through the core, finding the space to open up. And then inhale, bring everything in through center. So staying here, going over, either staying here, or coming all the way out here, lifting up through the core and finding that space, head in the hands. Inhale, draw everything in through center. Bring your head down and a little side to side. Knees back over the hips. And a little final warm up here for the core warm up. Taking some scissor kicks or bicycle twists. Coming side to side. Nice and slow, either extending out or returning to a toe tap situation. Pulling through the psoas. Keeping the weight of the head in the hand, but nice and slow so you can be extending out and really concentrate on making the torso and the core lift up and head is back. So there's space in the lift. Maybe take it up to a more of a moderate pace, and you can either be flexing or pushing through that toe, so a little more moderate, and either stay here or just take a 10, 9, 8, faster, 7, 6, or stay where you are, 5, 4, whatever feels good, 3, 2, and 1. So opportunities always to find your own self-expression, your version of where you want to be, either raising the heart rate up a little bit, or taking that nice, slow, controlled approach. Bring your hands behind your knees and come up and over. And come into all fours.
Coming into all fours, I like to have my hands come up on that tented fingertips for a moment and feel the earth beneath me. You can really feel my fingertips pushing in here. Shoulders backing away from the wrists for space. And then when I felt that, then it's like gecko paws. They come down and stick to the ground, and I can feel the palms. It really activates, helps remind me to push through those fingertips. And from here, inhale, draw back in the hips, keeping the core engaged and pushing into the ground. Lift up through the core and come into the upper back. So finding that wave, right? Inhale, find the softness in your movement. Your unique wave can come into neutral here. Extend your right arm out long as you extend that left leg long, and find the weight in your left hand, fingertips pushing into the ground. Inhale, lifting. So core is lifted here. Exhale, let the core draw everything in, knee to elbow. Inhale. So whatever is in connection with the ground, make that connection with the ground. Find your stability and foundation there. And then you could ease everything in together using every muscle. Left arm, right leg. Inhale, lift up. Find the ground. Whatever is on the ground, find that foundation. Back of head in line with spine. Exhale, lifting from the core. Come in. Inhale, expand. Fill the body. Exhale. Either through the mouth or through the nose. And exhale. Inhale, long, and find your place back on all fours. Tuck your toes. Inhale, slide those hips back. Exhale, from your core, pushing in, lift everything up. Front, side, back, come into downward facing dog. First of the day. Take a little pedal here, or be bouncing here, but with generous bend in the knees, high on the toe mound. Push your fingers into the ground and find that softness. So bending your elbows. See how much you can find a bounce in your body. And now exhale, lift from the core and come up and over as if you're about to roll into plank, and then ease back. So it can be a bigger movement like this, wave, or maybe just a little subtle. Finding that movement and that wave, the organic wave in your body. Expression. This time inhale and exhale, lift up and over and come all the way out to a magnificent high plank. Lifting through the core. Inhale, knees down, chest is nice and open, back of head in line. Exhale, as you lift up through the core, bend those elbows along the body and take your time in a controlled core, coming all the way down, pelvis, lower abdominals touch the ground. And here you are, chest open. Take a little roll, little massage. You can feel really nice on the belly. And then bring your hands out, wide, a bit off the mat, if that feels nice, nice and tented fingers. Inhale, fill the body, expand. Feel that expansion as you take in all that breath. And as you exhale, lift the core and start to push into the ground as you lift. And inhale, with your core lifted, find that chest opening cobra. Exhale, lift the core and come down safely all the way down. Inhale, expand. Exhale, lifting the core and return to the earth. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, palms on the ground. Inhale, fill the body. Exhale, lift the core. And then inhale, find your cobra. Exhale, lift up through the core, pushing into the ground, and come all the way downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees, and slowly walk to the middle of the mat, center of the mat, so there's that space between hand and foot. Exhale, forward fold and bend. Inhale, hands out here, shins or thighs, wave out to a lovely L-shaped halfway lift. Find that nice alignment with the back of the head. Up on tented fingers or on your thighs or your shins. Exhale down. Inhale, slide the hips back, weight in the heels. Exhale, pushing into the ground, lift up through the core, unhinge, and unfold your hands. Hands in prayer position here. And just take a moment, shut your eyes, feel the ground beneath you, and let your feet naturally find their foundation, connection with the earth. Be still for a moment, open your eyes. Inhale, I like to take a little bend and an opening ripple there. Exhale, slide those hips back, forward fold. Inhale, lift up and out. Exhale, step back into your downward facing dog. Bend your elbows, bend your knees on that inhale, find that bounce, and then exhale, just bring your knees over to the right and find that lovely side body stretch like we were at the beginning in those seated side bends. Inhale, center, exhale, pivoting on those toe mounts, so heels are high, feet come over to the left, using your fingertips pushing into the earth. Inhale, center. Exhale, come over to the right, and this time, come all the way out, extend out to a side plank with both hands on the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale on the left and roll out to a side plank here. Bend your knees to come back into center. This time, come over to the right, weight in the left hand. If you want to, try a swimming side plank. So coming over, so coming back into center, and then taking your hand behind you, arm behind you, coming all the way over like you're doing a swimming crawl, and start to find a rhythm here. Bending, the important part, bending and expanding, bending through, coming back, bending back through plank, and coming up and over, and come all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees. On your exhale, hop or step to the middle of the mat. Inhale, long, exhale. Inhale, sit back, exhale, lift up, unhinge, roll all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, wave. Exhale, forward fold. Find that halfway lift and step back into plank. Inhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees. Exhale, roll out. Find that nice high plank. Hold on the inhale or take a little mini push up here. Exhale, lift the core. Inhale, knees down, chest open, back of the head in line. Lift through the core as you descend slowly with immense core control all the way down. Chest is naturally lifted. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift up through the core. Let that be the impetus to come to that downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees, step or walk to the middle of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, slide those hips back. Exhale, lift up, unhinge through the core. Lift, 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 lift. Inhale up, exhale. Come to sit in your chair. So with your chair, slide those hips back, knees back over the heels. I'm lifting my toes here to show how much I'm pushing into the earth. Find yourself in this Anjane Mudra. Flame, it's a fire. Powerful here. So inhale, exhale, come chair squat up onto your toes. So you're coming straight up, lifting through the core. If this is too much on the toes, take a chair squat. Come in two fists of fire. So inhale, exhale, shh. Inhale, shh. Inhale. So coming straight up, knees extending but not locking at the top. And And one more. And now, 3 little moderates. Come here. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Wave out to that halfway lift, wherever it is. Hands flat, step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Inhale, bend, 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 and send your right leg high. On the exhale, push into the ground and scoop in and up, over to that right tricep, lifting through the core. Inhale up, exhale up and over to the left. Lift up, find space. Inhale, center. Exhale, lift up, hold here for a moment and push into the earth. Inhale, on your exhale, unhinge your foot, your knee, your leg behind your right hand. So there's space, making a good strong foundation. Inhale, wave long. Exhale, bend that back knee, push into the toe mat, and from there, lift up, unhinge. Inhale, extend and unfold your arms up through center. Exhale. Inhale, strengthen and straighten. Exhale, ha! Powerful release. Inhale, push into the earth. Exhale, lift through the core. Ha! Fists of fire, everything lifting. Inhale, up. Exhale, ha! Maybe we take it, ha! A little bit more, ha! Moderate, ha! 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 Bending that back knee, ha! And hold here. Extend that back leg. Unfold your arms through center for a moment. Exhale, hands down. Step back. Downward dog. A little pedal here can feel nice on those calf muscles. Inhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees. And on the exhale, lioness breath. Tongue out the mouth. Ha! Inhale, bend elbows, bend knees. Left leg high. On the exhale, scoop in as you push up from the earth and come up and over to your left tricep. Inhale, bend and push up. Exhale, bend in, lift from the core and find that space. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale, find that deep strength right down there in the root and lift. Inhale, expand through the body. Exhale, unhinge your foot. And if it doesn't flow straight away there and you need some steps, that's what you need today. Find your position, understand, and be at peace with your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend that back knee as you push into the ground and unfurl and unhinge through center. Inhale, arms directly through the midline. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen through the whole body. Exhale, grab the energy. Ha, pull it in. Inhale. Exhale, ha. So again, you're lifting, not contracting, lifting up through your muscles. Pelvis is nice and neutral. Exhale, ha, bending that back knee. Ha. 3, ha. Maybe at a moderate pace. Ha. Ha. Hold the power. Slowly extend that back leg as you unfurl your arms. Inhale, taking that breath. Exhale, hands down, step back. Downward dog. A little play here. Little stretch through the calves. Inhale. Exhale, lioness. Tongue out the mouth. Ha! As you feel that core lift as you stick the tongue out the mouth. Facing dog. Inhale. Bend everything, bend forward. Exhale, hop to center of the mat or step. Leaving that space. Inhale. Exhale, bend here. Inhale, slide your hips back. Exhale, push up, unfurl, up and through center. Stepping out to the long edge of your mat. Into goddess, temple, legs wider, hips shimmying back, slide those hips back, knees directly tracking over where your feet are. So look down and see. Keep the knees in line, hips back, lifting up through the core. And take some self-expression. Here, as you ground down, you maybe want to float up high in the sky, maybe through the center, maybe low. Find what works. Maybe hands are on hips and it's more of a sway like so. Just find little freedom, openness, softness, fluid movement. And then slowly come into the center. I always like a little shimmy. Find my position. Inhale, push into the earth as you extend and expand. Exhale, ha! Hips back, fists of fire. Inhale, exhale, ha! Push down into the earth to rise up. Exhale, ha! And a few little ha, quicker if it feels right. Ha! Ha! Releasing power. Ha! A very powerful sound. Ha! From that deep belly. Ha! And hold here. Take a little side to side. Inhale, extend everything up. Exhale, bend your knees as you draw your hands through heart center. Turn your right foot forward, pivot on that back foot, and find yourself in powerful, beautiful warrior two. Find the earth beneath you, lifting up through the core. Inhale, reverse warrior, hand up and over, hand back arm on thigh for a moment. On the exhale, elbow leads you to your thigh. Inhale, hand comes up. Exhale, bend that back knee, push into the earth as you bring your arm down along the mat and come here and pick up, even if you're up here, wherever you are, pick up some energy. And on the inhale, expand and extend that back leg as you cover yourself in beautiful golden energy. Inhale, pick up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, bend and lift through the core. Find that support. Inhale, extend and open, either looking at the floor or out to the side. Exhale, come all the way round. Turn your foot back into that goddess and come onto the thighs, making your way up. Inhale up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Turn your left foot out as you pivot the right foot and then extend your arms out. Inhale, up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, leading with that elbow, lifting through the core. Find yourself on your thigh. Inhale, expand through the body. Exhale, bend that back knee, push into the earth as you bring your hand, arm around, collect that dust, and then expand, straightening that back leg. Inhale, exhale, come down, bend, push into the earth as you lift up. Inhale, and find that beautiful expansion through the chest, through the whole body. Exhale. Inhale, expand all the way up. Exhale, come down and turn back into center. Finding your way onto your thighs and find a little softness again. Maybe holding one side more, arms moving. Take a moment to hear that music that's playing. Take a dance maybe down here. Come into center, find that nice central position. Find the bounce in the ground. Inhale up, exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale up, exhale, hands, and take a few steps to come back into center. Hand walk to the front of the mat, feeling the earth beneath you. Finding that blueprint, that mountain pose. Finding your own unique pattern with the ground, that foundation. Take a moment. Inhale, unfurl your arms. Exhale, come back through that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step all the way back. Downward facing dog. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. Take a big expansion. Inhale. Exhale, lioness out the mouth. Ha! Come down onto your knees. Come down onto your forearms. Extend your right leg out behind you. Take a little movement here. Stretching out through the calf, the back of the leg, glutes, back body. Keeping that core lifted and keeping the back of the head engaged. Often when we're in this position on our elbows, forearms, or in a plank, this often happens. So just be aware that the back of the head keeps in line with the spine. Extend the left leg long. A little movement. Breathing through the body and come onto all fours and extend. Bring your palms back, sit back on your heels, and then extend into child's pose. And I've kept a little distance, but not way out wide here. Keeping your legs a little close, knees closer together, so we can get a nice spaciousness in this back body. You can have your arms extended out, forehead here, and maybe move around a bit, or if the ground needs to come up to you, use what you were given and use your fists here, one on top of the other, to bring the ground up to you. Or maybe bring your arms behind you, palms facing up. Find what you need right now, and then a little movement, rolling of the head. Take a couple of inhales and exhales. Slowly walk your hands up and keep walking your hands so you come just a little behind you, fingertips facing forward. Nice expansion here through the body. Then bring your hands forward. Inhale, unfurl your arms. Exhale, rotate those wrists as you come back down. And then find a nice chest expansion. So palms nice and open in the wrists to get some space. And just gently inhale, find that expansion in the chest and open up here. Bring your hands down to the ground, and then bring your on the ground and bring your knees with you and come side to side here. Bring the soles of the feet onto the ground. Inhale, moving bridge. Push through the heels, lift through the core, and arms unfurl up and over. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, come up and over. Exhale, lifting through the core, come all the way down. So there's a spaciousness in the back of the neck. Shoulders aren't jutting up into the ears. They're just nice and relaxed, like that blueprint mountain pose. Inhale, come up, Great for shoulder mobility too. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, push through, coming into a more static bridge, lifting up through the hips. And now you can shimmy those shoulders underneath you, but don't shove them down. Let them be in that natural position. And maybe clasp your hands. And as I said before, have that nice open wrist, open palms. Breathing into the body. Stretching out those hip flexors. And unwind slowly, coming back down to the ground. Shimmy those shoulders out. Let the core lift as you descend down into the earth. Take your block, your cushion, your blanket, and lift up through the hips and place it underneath your pelvic floor, your hips, sacrum, and not in this lower back area, keeping that nice and free. Extend one leg out and then extend the other, lifting through the core. If this is too much on the lower back, then either sit here for a moment or take this from underneath you and just let the knees come in and find the space in the back body. If you're up on the block and it feels good for you, you extend those arms, lifting through the core, really stabilizes and protects that lower back, and extend your arms long overhead. Let the space and the length. Send your mind into those hip flexors, keeping them open. Tend to sit a lot, especially at the moment, so they can be crunched and compressed, so giving them this opportunity to lengthen. Bring your arms back down and draw your hips in. Push through the heels and lift up and remove the block from underneath you. Just put it off to the side for a moment. Take your feet to the side and windshield wiper and let gravity sway you from side to side here. So the softness and your own body weight is letting you know what is comfortable as you go side to side. Come back into neutral position. Bring your hands just here on your thighs and gently massage those thighs as you create this little space. You can feel as you put a little pressure there on your thighs, some space in the back body, some space in the hips. And who doesn't love a little self-massage? Bring the soles of the feet together and let the legs open for a moment, like a butterfly wings opening or a book. And same thing, just ease your thighs, give a little pressure as you open here, little massage. Bring your hands to the outside of your thighs and close that book. Draw your knees in for a moment. Gentle press on the knees as your legs descend naturally into the hip sockets, little side to side. And then let yourself come into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Legs nice and wide and arms away from the body. Maybe take a moment here to shimmy the shoulders in slightly, very relaxed, letting the chest be open. And return to that idea of ground holding you and supporting you. So really feel the ground beneath you, supporting your back body as your front body softens into your back body. And your breath returns to its natural state. Your jaw is nice and loose and open. Cheekbones are soft. Third eye center, that point between your brows softens, as does your brow bone and even your ears.
as you melt. And find the peace in this pose. Lying here, absorbing all of that beautiful soft movement and core strength and activation. Here, the body starts to settle and absorb a beautiful practice. You can pause the video here and stay in Shavasana, which I always encourage, and then join me for a closing ceremony. Or if you're comfortable, stay here for another minute in peace, and I will guide you out when it is time. Slowly start to come back into the body, aware of the new energy that you have created. Run your thumb over your fingertips and make that connection, and wiggle your toes. Maybe rotate the wrists and windshield wiper the feet, and when you're ready, draw your legs slowly into the midline. And unfurl and extend your arms up and overhead. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale out the mouth. Draw your knees in towards your mid-body. Roll to your right side. Pausing here. Find the ground beneath you and use this to push you back up and come into your easy pose. As we began class, so shall we end. So find the ground beneath you. Make that connection. Back of the head aligned with the spine. And turn your palms facing up for a moment to receive all of this beautiful radiant energy that you have created around you. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And feel that connection. Two powerful places, two fires uniting. Strengthening through the core, through this midline, so that we are physically, emotionally, mentally stronger. And when we look after ourselves and when we are strong, we are able to take care of others around us. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer position and place your thumbs on your heart, this place of love and life, place where you radiate and shine from. Bow your head towards your hands, acknowledging your beautiful practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a real pleasure. Let this power and light shine around you for today and always. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful people, and continue on this journey of self-care, and remember how strong you are, and in that strength there's balance and calm, and let that radiate from you to the rest of the world.